This is Sony fucking 66666666666, and I'm here to review Barry J. Gillis's new film, The Killing Games. He was nice enough to send me this screener, and Blu-ray, in fact, very beautiful. Now, if you guys don't know about Barry J. Gillis, you should know, you better know, and I apologize for this camera being a piece of shit. Him from Things. Now, this was a crazy, surreal movie he did, way back in the 80s. Shot on, I believe, 8mm. I could be wrong about that, but it looks, I love film, and I think that looks beautiful. Just a surreal, just entertaining, off the wall, just, you guys have probably seen this. If you haven't, I strongly recommend it. It's just a crazy, crazy trip. But yeah, that's Things. So if you know Things, that is the man behind Things. That's Barry J. Gillis. Alright. Also, he was nice enough to send me Wicked World. I'll give you a little short thing on this one. This one is a really, this is also on, this is on 16mm, I believe. Which looks really good. It is also dubbed, like Things was dubbed. That is one thing that I really like, is I love the fact that these, Things and Wicked World were both shot on film. The dubbing in these two movies, if you've seen Things, you know how the dubbing feels. I mean, say what you will, I think I like it. I really like it. I think it adds to the whole, surreal weirdness factor. And with this one, he cranks it up, to 11. I mean, if you watch Things and then you go into this one, this has so much violence and so much, it's just now it is an exploitation movie, but at the same time, this movie deals with serious, issues like where Barry Gillis is coming from personally, about his stance on, just people being pretty much just evil. There's a lot of evil out in the world. There's a lot of sick shit going on, and this kind of his response to it, just showing you out there all the shit that can go on. What you got in this one is you got a, this one's hard to explain because there's so much stuff going on. But basically it starts out at a party. It's these, it's got this chick and this dude making out on the couch. It's got this kind of nerdy guy sitting beside him in a chair. And then this party's going on. And just to give you kind of a sense of how weird it is, it's like the girl is basically getting naked there. Everybody else is just dancing around. And this dude is just sitting in a chair just staring at him, as they're making out. And finally, the girl goes to the bathroom to, of course, take her shower and show her boobas. And so the dude that's sitting in the chair watching that guy that was making out was like, "Hey man, fucking my sister." And that guy's like, "Don't worry about it, this and that." And he's like, "You big weirdo, this and that." He's like, I've had it for the last time." So he pulls the gun out and he just shoots the dude. And he shoots the other people at the party. And then all of a sudden you're thinking, oh, this is the guy that's going to be the, that's going to steal the show. And then this gray-haired guy comes in. He, basically massacres him, and the rest of the people in there. And then you see that this film is basically about him. It caps back and forth to him in a mental institution. He's outside in a wheelchair with his nurse pushing him around, and it kind of, you can hear his thoughts. And he keeps talking about just how shitty the world is and how people just, drive him crazy and how everything is just so fucked up. But also at the same time, then you see these flashbacks of him doing these really violent murders and just, really crazy shit. And of course, it's a trip. The dubbing in here is a trip. The dialogue is trippy. Like, you watch this movie and it's a trip. I mean, that's the best way I can explain it. It's really just inside the mind of crazy Barry J. Gillis, man, and I love it. Highly recommend this movie. Like I said, if you dig Gillis and you thought, even if you watch Things and you were like, well, it's too weird, it didn't, who knows, you may not think it went anywhere. This one will definitely keep you entertained. Like, it's fun. But off to the big boy now that we're promoting is, The Killing Games. this movie, like, he stepped it up, man, definitely. He did shoot this on a digital camera, which I'm not complaining. Don't get me wrong, I prefer film, but I understand you have to. Like, film is, so expensive these days and shit like that. It's hard to get a hold of. It's harder to fucking deal with. But, so he shot this on digital. He did not have any dubbing, of course, because it's shot on digital. Now, basically what this one follows, it starts out, there's a girl and a guy in the woods. They're, like, in love. They're like, let's go out in the woods, have a little picnic. And then dude's like, let's have some sex. And then when they're about to have sex, old Dirty Jesus here, he goes by Dirty Jesus, and dude that goes by the name of Son of Satan go out there. And, he's got his sawed-off shotgun out there, and they're like, they're just wanting to cause chaos. They have no, real purpose except for just to cause chaos and anarchy and just death and destruction. Like, that's their main goal. They don't care. They're not robbing people, which they probably would, but that's not their goal. So they're just pure evil, pretty much. And so anyway, they're going and they're torturing this girl and guy, and they're dropping N-bombs on them and stuff like that. And they're just being as vile as they can possibly be. And I'm sorry, before they show up in the picture, there's this girl and her friend that are walking through the woods, and they see the couple making out, and they're like, hee, look at them, they're about to have sexual intercourse. And, they're giggling about it and shit. And then they see when Dirty Jesus and Son of Satan come up, and they're like, oh, shit, because they witness a murder. So at the end of it, they end up getting one of the girls, and the other one gets away. Now, the one that gets away retreats back to her house, which her dad is a dude that goes by the name of Birdman. And then it kind of gets into his story. It's like it takes you over to Birdman's house. He's having a birthday party. He's got an invalid wife that's in the in a bedroom by herself. She can't walk or anything. I'm pretty sure she's missing her legs. I may be wrong about that. I know she's missing her arm. And the woman that actually played the invalid wife, and I'm not trying to make fun or talk shit, but she's actually, I'm pretty positive she's actually an amputee. So it kind of made it more realistic, So it's sad. She's just waiting to die pretty much. And old Birdman, he's trying to take care of her. And there's also a friend of his, I can't remember his name, but he reminds me of like an old medicine man, like kind of an Indian medicine man. And he's pretty much the 100% pure good guy in the film. Even Birdman has done his share of, evil deeds in the past and this and that. I mean, he's not a total bad guy. So anyway, his Birdman's daughter comes home and she's like, these guys are after me. They're going to kill me. So Birdman gets involved, and then off to the side, you got this other story going on about these crazy drug dealers and just, they're just the gang of drug dealers, just a really diverse gang. There's one dude in it that I loved his performance. I mean, he basically he bust out like a wrestler. Like, he's like, let's go get this in it, man. I mean, everything he says is just like 100% intensity, and it was like cracking me up, but it was just totally entertaining at the same time. Like, he's just in your face the whole time, man. And so anyway, it so happens that these drug dealers have a past history with Birdman, so they go to his house, they kind of get in on what's going on, sort of. I'm not going to give everything away, but I will say this movie had a lot more gore effects. It's not about the gore effects either, because it just had like really just mean-spirited violence and brutality that he's not trying to push on the audience or anything, but he is trying to show that the world's fucked up and there are people like this out here. I pretty much thought this was he's getting better and better. You can tell by watching his movies, but he's not trying to do it for anybody but himself, because these movies you can just smell the Barry J. Gillis on them. I mean, it's great, But I highly recommend this. It will be coming out soon. I would say pick it up if you're a fan of Barry. If you're not, I'd say pick it up and give it a try. I mean, because he's changed it up this time. It's got the cheese in it. It's got the real messages in it. It's got the violence in it. 100% fun, and I appreciate it, Barry. I appreciate you letting me, have the opportunity to screen these and just sending them to me and just being a good guy, man. Total gentleman. But yeah, that's about it. I say go pick it up, please. Go check out his Facebook page. You know, go to the. I mean, how hard is it? You just have to type in Things or Wicked World or The Killing Games into Facebook. Go like the page. You know, go support it. Go check out the news that's going on. Go see when it's going to be released. All that shit. Send him naked pictures of your grandmother. I already said that before. These are my old jokes. I'm using old jokes. But yeah, so I just want to thank Barry, and I hope you guys dig it and go check that shit out. Bye.